Okay. All right, what's up, everybody? Good morning. Welcome to a Friday edition of Morning Scone presented by Brock, the Baptist Orthopedic Clinic, Hudco Roofing, HudcoRoofing.com, Restored Motions, RestoredMotions.com, and ProCharge EV, ProChargeEV.com. Oh man, speaking of Restored Motions, went to Crystal yesterday, had a great session. Oh my God. I was in some pain yesterday, man. She's like a magician. So she's like a sorceress. I don't know what kind of voodoo she does, man. She's good at what she does. All right, we'll say some good mornings here. As you see there in the description, I have Dylan Cruz, SEC Male Athlete of the Year. Another great honor for Cruz. On AFR on Thursday, I said Dylan Cruz is baseball's Joe Burrow. And they need to retire his number immediately. They need to waive the 5-year waiting period, do it. There's no sense in waiting, all that stuff. And I'm surprised at some of the pushback. So I think the most common comp that I got from people was like, "No, man, it's Bregman." So first of all, I think everyone must understand, first and foremost, that I am a complete and unapologetic Alex Bregman homer. Love the guy. Not just as a ball player, he's great, obviously was and is a great ball player, but as a person. And he is on a very, very short list of the most decorated players ever at LSU. He was the National Freshman of the Year in 2013, won the Brooks Wallace Award as the best shortstop in college baseball, was a 2-time first-team All-American, was a finalist for the Golden Spikes, was on he won a Gold Glove Award as a junior. He did an awful lot. Even with that, as impressive as that is, Dylan Cruz is still on another level. Cruz was a consensus All-American. Won the Golden Spikes. Hang on. Just so I don't leave anything out, because the list is long and impressive. Okay. Here you go. Also was National Freshman of the Year. Also a collegiate USA collegiate national team member. Was a 2-time consensus first-team All-American. Won the Golden Spikes Award. 2-time SEC Player of the Year, never been done before, and was named the SEC Male Athlete of the Year, becoming only the 5th LSU male ever to earn that distinction, joining Joe Burrow, Xavier Carter, Shaquille O'Neal, and Walter Davis, track and field. And Cruz, during his career, hit nearly 50 points higher than Bregman over 3 seasons and hit 37 more home runs than Bregman did during his 3 seasons. Bregman was the 2nd pick in the draft, and Cruz is going to be either the 1st or the 2nd pick. Dylan Cruz is the greatest player and had the greatest career of anyone that we've seen. He also played a premium defensive position in center field, and over 3 years committed a total of 3 errors. Are we frozen here? No. What's going on there? Uh-oh, trivia. I think YouTube's frozen. Can y'all still hear me, YouTube? Oh, well. Hang on, Facebook. My apologies. Okay, so YouTube, you can still hear me, but the video. Oh, trivia! Look at that. Your beloved YouTube. How about that? What a shame, trivia. Your beloved YouTube. I mean, Facebook looks fine. I'm just frozen on YouTube. Weird, trivia. Huh. All right. Anyway, to all the people on YouTube, thank you for, I would say watching, but thank you for listening and just looking at a frozen image of me. Still better than trash Facebook. No, it ain't. Facebook's working just fine here, trivia. Kelly Gross, Trey Potan, Dad, good morning. Bubba Smith, Darren Reeves, Pat Huseman, good morning. Good to see y'all here. Ali Salmonduri, Wayne Blanchard, thanks for watching, everybody. Matt Lusto, Jared Esprit, Mike the Tiger, 2023 National Champs, Hunter Perriman, Brian Wynn, Larry Gardner, Dustin Abear. Good morning, y'all. So, anyway, point is, Bregman was sensational and was on a very short list of the greatest players ever to come through LSU. Dylan Cruz somehow better than all that have come through. I think the comp is actually Todd Walker or Eddie Furniss, the two that have their jerseys retired. So, you know, and Furniss played 4 years, which is worth noting. So he still holds a lot of SEC records that may never fall because it's rare that you have a player of that ability stay 4 years. You know, and Furniss did, of course, win the Dick Hauser. He did not win the Golden Spikes, but he won the Dick Hauser. But, you know, Walker was the SEC Player of the Year in 1993. He was a Golden Spikes Award finalist. He was first team All-America twice. You know, he was the National Freshman of the Year as well. So like that's really the list. It's Todd Walker, Alex Bregman, Dylan Cruz, and Cruz still outperformed them. Anyway. All right, let's see. Brant Roban, good morning, heading to the golf course. All right, man, hit him straight. Let's see, Randall Offrecht. Good morning, Matt. Will teams choose to walk Tommy White next year if there's no power bat behind him in the lineup? Well, maybe, but, you know, I'll remind you that teams this year chose actually to walk Dylan Cruz to get to Tommy White, which was much to their detriment most of the time. But I think you will have a power bat behind him, however they choose to line it up. I think Bear Jones is a good candidate for that. If Travinsky's back, he's a good candidate for that. I think both of those guys probably bat in the middle of the lineup. Now, Jay loves to alternate lefty-righty. So I don't know that you have like a White Travinsky Jones, righty, righty, righty. You got to find a left-handed bat somewhere to mix in the middle. That's why if Braden Jobear's back, which I don't think that he will be, but if he is, that's really beneficial. Or you got to find a left-handed bat, somewhere that can be some protection for Tommy White. Antron Hemingway, good morning. Ransom Antoine, good morning. Matt Lusto. I'm not a Nickelback fan, but when Around the SEC drops, I have some serious nostalgia going. Lots of trips between Baton Rouge and Houston to see the wife, listen to your show, early 20-teens. Very cool, man. Yeah, that song that we went back to the OG Around the SEC bed, which is weird hearing it still now, like hearing it. It is a little bit of nostalgia, right? Robert Potts, good morning. What does it take to get a 5-year waiting period removed? At this point, they're obviously waiting 5 years for Burrow. We're in year 4. Does it take another board supervisor heavyweight? Maybe, Robert, but I'd also say, like, you got to remember when Glenn Dorsey left here in 2007, he left as the most decorated defensive player in the history of the program. We don't, like, time passes and sometimes you forget what it was like, but, Glenn won every defensive award you can win. And left as a national champion, defensive player of the year, all that sort of stuff. And we all said the same thing then. That was 2007. He would have been eligible for a jersey retirement in 2012. That was 11 years ago, and it still hasn't happened. Like, I think sometimes you have to do these things when you can let people enjoy them. So, yeah, I think Kevin Falk and Glenn Dorsey should already be honored, and Joe Burrow should be as well. So, just my opinion. And what would it take to get the 5-year waiting period removed? You would have to change the Hall of Fame bylaws. So the board would have to vote to change that. Brad David, why won't LSU ever schedule a week 0 game? I'm sure they have their reasons. But I asked Verge Osbury that point blank, and he said they're not going to do it. So, when you play in week 0, you do get to start practice a week earlier. It, in theory, does give you another built-in bye week into your schedule. So, I don't know. There's benefits to it for sure. Spurge, good morning. Championships and high awards for players throughout the sports at LSU are nothing if not impressive. The snowball is rolling. Yeah, man, very true. It's a good time to be an LSU fan. I would say, I got asked the question, is this like the greatest year ever? And there was a year in 06 where when the because I'm trying to think now if it was like calendar year or school year. Because like in 06, the football team won the Sugar Bowl. Softball team went to the Women's College World Series. The men's basketball team and the women's basketball team both went to the Final Four. I don't know if like gymnastics went to the Super Six or something like that. But like 06 was like a crazy good year. So this kind of, rivals it for sure. Red Onion Entertainment, what's going on? Robert Potts, don't hate on YouTube. I'm not totally hating on YouTube. I'm more just poking trivia, because trivia is the one that always craps on Facebook when his beloved YouTube is the thing that acts up more often. Ransom Antoine, I'm driving, so it works out. All good, man. We appreciate y'all for being here. A couple more. Jason H., good morning from Queens, New York. Headed to the Yankees-Cubs game. Okay, man. God, the Yankees got absolutely pummeled last night. And I actually kind of saw it coming, so I actually bet. So if you Otter locks yesterday, Jimmy gave us Baltimore on the run line and the money line, so I bet them both. I bet against the Yankees. I'm a little emotionally checked out with the Yankees. Maybe when they get Judge back, that'll ignite them, but they're old. They can't hit. It's kind of stunning, but whatever. Kylie McDaniel's mock draft is out. His final mock draft. He's got Skeens going 1 to the Pirates. And he writes, the indication has been made to teams at the top of the draft that Dylan Cruz wants more than the top slot in the draft, which is $9.721 million. So maybe, Pittsburgh doesn't take Cruz because they look to save a little money. So anyway, he's got Pittsburgh taking Skeens and Nationals taking Cruz number 2. Detroit taking Wyatt Langford 3. And then the Rangers at 4 taking Max Clark, the high schooler. So we shall see on Sunday, y'all. Nick Newbill, what's going on? Thomas Lamont, Owen Dillon, 1 and Natty. Yes, I mean, absolutely. I didn't mean to leave that off, but checking the final box. So if you're just joining us, thank you. But we opened up with Dylan Cruz won SEC Male Athlete of the Year. You got to keep in mind that's voted on by the league athletic directors and Greg Sankey, and that's an all sports award. They pick 1 male athlete, 1 female athlete from the entire conference in all sports, and Dylan Cruz won it, becoming only the 7th LSU athlete ever to win it. Shaq won it twice, but Dylan's the 5th male, and the only 2 females to win it were Susan Jackson in gymnastics in 2006. Yeah, that was the year. Oh no, maybe Susan Jackson was 2010, and Simone won it in 6, I believe. Shelby, Cruz stating he wanted to be an all-time great, then coming to campus and doing it for 3 years, it is as impressive as anything we've seen at LSU to live up and exceed crazy expectations. That's very true. Brad David, if Nick can't figure out the transfer portal, can you see him retiring soon? If they start losing, yes. As long as he continues winning, I absolutely think he's not going anywhere. But if they start losing, yes. But I think he'll figure it out. KDP, good morning, Robert Potts. Softball made it Super Regionals in 06. Then, look, it was one of the years, maybe it was 05 then that I'm thinking. Maybe it was like the 05-06 season, something like that. That had to be it, like 05-06 then. Well, then that would still have been a spring. Emily Turner was on that team. Like Christian Schmidt. Was it Christian Schmidt and Emily Turner? They went to the Women's College World Series. Fine. Anyway. Lou, I'm guessing Taylor and Edwards leave in the draft. What's your predictions? I'm hoping Grant Taylor stays. Garrett Edwards, I believe, will leave, yes. Trivia. YouTube isn't my beloved. To Facebook comment section on live is trash, and random send your live comments to random people. Okay. Google doesn't do that, right? Google's not tracking your data and sending whatever. Kirk Taylor, Julia Kaolilopono, good morning. Tim Gotro, Kirk, on the way home from the Midwest, bottling up this 51-degree morning and bringing it south. Come on, bro. Feels like today, I believe, is 110. I heard that on the news last night. Ryder Jones, Robert Potts, what's going on? Let's see. Emily Turner, Leslie Klein were there. 10-4. Wow, Jeff McKithen, Weller single barrel. The set is finally complete. That a babe, that a babe, that a babe, that a babe, that a babe. Trey Warren said check 1986. Yeah, I mean, 86, men's team went to the Final Four. Football team won the SEC. Baseball went to the College World Series. I don't know what softball did or women's basketball or any other sport. But the big ones, the big three had good years, that's for sure. All right. Jason, Sunday game will be rained out, so Friday night Yankee, it is Go Cubs. I know you're a Yankee fan. Let's see. Will Saints make a move at linebacker? I think they'll go into camp seeing if the kid from Appalachian State who they drafted last year, who missed the season with injury. I'm blanking on his name. DeMarco Jackson. I think you go into camp seeing if DeMarco Jackson can be your number 3 behind Demario Davis and Pete Werner. And if he is, then I think you're good. If not, then they probably make a move to bring in somebody for depth. Boom, 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 boom. Facebook tracks you so much it knows when you're pooping. American Patriot, how long before Torino get canned? I don't know who Torino is. Julia, do you think Michael Thomas can stay on the field this season? Julia, I hope so. But I've got a 3-year sample size that suggests he can't. So I'm going to have to see it to believe it. So anyway. Okay, y'all, I got to get rolling here. I'm going to go interview Mason Smith this morning. And show today at Pluckers, doing a cool thing. We'll be at Pluckers, and we're treating today as a fundraiser for Estruma High football. Sid Edwards, of course, is there. I talked to Sid last night and kind of reached out. They need a lot. The kids at that school need a lot. Stunning, actually, talking to Sid yesterday about the incredible lack of even basic things they have. Anyway, so we're gonna do our best today to help raise some awareness and maybe even raise some money for Estruma High football today. So looking forward to that. It's a show at AFR Pluckers today, and I'm gonna interview Mason Smith this morning. So I think because they have afternoon workouts, they're doing team player-led workouts in the afternoon. So Mason Smith, I'll interview him this morning. We'll record and play him back this afternoon on AFR. So we'll look forward to that. Okay, y'all. Thanks so much for watching. As always, shout out to Brock, the Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic, and HUDCO Roofing. HUDCORoofing.com. Need an orthopedist? Go see our friends at Brock. And remember, Brock Rock and Wine coming up July 29th at Tiger Stadium. Get your tickets at brortho.com. brortho.com. And of course, HUDCO Roofing. Let a friend know, especially over there in West Baton Rouge, man. Tons of hail a couple weeks ago, and we're already re-roofing in West Baton Rouge, so we're ready to roll. All right, y'all have a great day. LSU Daily is live, and we'll see you for AFR 3. Peace.